drivers at one of their appearances. If you're in the infield or on pit lane, they're fun to be around, and they realize what a great connection they have with the race fans, and happy to be a part of what they do. Lucky to drive race cars, you guys know that,
yes.
And happy to share it with the fans.
These last three guys, Suarez, Wallace, and Sadler, these guys are decent times, but they're pretty close together, so these guys are getting down to the short ones here.
Yeah, Suarez actually picked up almost 2/10 over what he ran in that first round.
And remember, Suarez went late,
yeah.
Like we were talking earlier, like you mentioned earlier. He went late in that first round, so was it bearing grease? Was it transmission rear end grease? Because it still had some heat in it.
Allgaier now in the red. Does not look like he's going to be able to get the 7 car where he wants it to. It's going the wrong way, counting up, getting further away from that pole speed of Daniel Suarez. And Dale mentioned the 2/10, even though he was quicker than Suarez in round 1.
Yeah, but still going to be very close here. This is going to be a good time.
Yeah, just hovering right there. That's pretty consistent. You talked about, Dale mentioned earlier about Sadler's not really losing anything. He's not really lost anything. Allgaier hasn't.
2 drivers at Junior Motorsports going for the NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship. That would be Allgaier here and Elliott Sadler. A 3rd Junior Motorsports car being driven this weekend by Chase Elliott, who did not make the top 12. That car, call it an all-star car, if you will, so nice to see them in a big way in the Xfinity Series. Brennan Poole on track now in the 48.
Remember, Brendan Poole was, what, our 7th, 8th car out. So this is one of the guys who's been setting the longest out of this group. Just waiting for the weather delay and stuff to get a chance to go back again.
So many things can change in the dynamics of this race car. The time sitting on pit road, the weather delay, and whether or not they lock their elbows in and hold that wheel straight, as Dale was demonstrating earlier. Brendan Poole in the red right now, coming off turn 4.
Good solid lap here, too.
Yeah.
So Brennan crosses the start-finish line. And carrying, telling him a good lap, 4th. Pit crew member Mark Singleton represented on his race car. He was a part of U.S. Marine Corps 2nd Battalion, 6. And as we mentioned, those windshield banners, the white part just below the roof line, saying thanks to all of our troops this weekend. Here's Eric Jones.
Just to Kyle's point, back to Brendan Poole for just a second, even though that's a good solid lap in 4th, that was almost 2.5 slower than what he ran in that first round. So I really believe there is something to that, Kyle.
1 Joe Gibbs Racing car is on the provisional pole. 2 remain to try to knock off their teammate. Jones is one of them. And of course, David Ragan will go last in that 18 car, fastest in round 1.
Speaking of fastest,
here it comes.
This is really fast right here for Eric Jones.
Yes, it is.
And it's not like you can really save anything from round 1, really.
No.
Nice job engineering, good circumstances, and good team effort. Right there, fastest, number 1. And by a pretty good margin, a couple tenths.
That's tough right there. David Ragan may be the only one really get into this. He's kind of shot at it. But I'm telling you, Austin Dillon, his lap was good. At the time, surprised me, compared that to Ty Dillon. But Joey here is, you never know what to expect out of these Penske cars and a Penske driver, and especially Joey Logano.
Well, they've been working hard on this program this year. They are not at the top of their game right now compared to the cars around them, and have been putting a lot of hours in to try to figure out how to up this program. Joey's win here came with Joe Gibbs Racing. The captain has never won here in the Xfinity Series, and Joey's trying to turn that around. He's not going to be on the pole this afternoon.
It looks like it's headed in that direction. But again, you know, when they drop the green flag, these are the guys that are going to be up front, and these other guys are going to learn from these guys.
2015 Daytona 500 winner.
Wow,
his 2nd.
That's strong.
It didn't miss it by a lot.
Oh, that's strong right there. That is. Wow.
They slowed down about a tenth, where Eric Jones, in his lap, actually picked up a half a tenth.
And
very silent after their qualifying lap. They shut down the car immediately, Dale. Why is that?
Well, they've got a lot of tape on these, knowing they're just going to be out there for the one lap. They've been able to put more tape, which they'll get to adjust before the race. Those are race approved adjustments they can make. So they don't want the engine to get any hotter, saving all of that, and not to mention everything, just get it shut down and be done with it. And Austin Dillon looks like he's got a good lap.
Yes.
He's going to challenge here.
Wow.
Close down the backstretch, now in the green, coming off of the final turn, and down to the stripe. Austin Dillon looks like he's going to be quickest with one driver to go here at Daytona.
That's a lap. I did not expect that.
49.94. Good job, brother.
He won 5/100ths of a second better than Eric Jones.
I'll be honest, I did not expect him to come back with that strong a lap this time.
To the top of the track, David Ragan in the 18. We told you the story, Matt Tifft undergoing scheduled brain surgery this day. Tweeting out earlier today, so positive about what the results could be, but he had to step aside from this ride this weekend. Scheduled for 13 so far this year. He's had to miss the last two. And Ragan called in at the last moment, familiar with Joe Gibbs Racing, familiar with Toyota, was the super sub last year. We'll try to do the same for the team tonight.
So Austin Dillon slowed down 0.2 of a second from what he ran in that round one, which he was in that earlier part of that group. And Ragan was about a tenth quicker in that first round than what Austin Dillon was. So he's got a little bit in the bank here off turn 4.
Green, green, green.
It's just hovered there for about half this lap.
Holding solid, now moving up, working the right direction for David Ragan. Ragan is going to be fastest at Daytona and will start on the pole for the Firecracker 250 tonight.